Hi everyone. It's day 4 of our yoga / writing right here, right now practice. And all you need really is about 30 minutes. The first part will be doing a little bit of yoga. Actually, today we'll mostly be doing breath work. And then you need about 15 minutes to write. So good job setting aside some time for you to release, to connect, to whatever you need to do, to even just listen. It is, to me, so essential now. My days, I've been waking up without having to get breakfast and lunch packed, and it's been months and months of just these very quiet mornings where I get some time to begin my day in a place of listening and quietude, and it's been amazing. And writing, and that's why I'm eager to share it with you. So you need a notebook and a pen, and we're just going to be sitting in our chair really, so why don't we just begin. Just go ahead and start with your feet rooted on the ground, so uncross your legs, and your hands on your thighs, so you're a little bit more connected here, hands to your legs in your lower body, and sit up nice and tall so you're not slouching in your chair. It could be helpful to close your eyes, and just let's start with a body scan. And when I mention different places in the body, just bring your awareness there. You don't have to move anything. You don't have to fix anything. Just your awareness is golden. So notice your right foot on the ground and your left foot on the ground. And then notice your knees, the right knee and the left knee, your right hip and your left hip. Bring awareness to your seat in the chair, and like the weight of your seat in the chair and the rising up of your spine. And the balancing of your skull, of your head, the softening of the shoulders. Bring awareness to your belly. And just radically soften there at your belly, or completely declench your belly. And move your awareness to the very top of your head. And imagine that you can open it up, like there's a little lid there, and you can open up the top of your head and just be in your own journey, your own imagination of being in contact with something bigger or more expansive that you have a connection to. Like it's your own personal portal to sounds, imaginations, thoughts, creativities, whatever it is out there. Just an opening to something vast, to possibilities. Good, and then let's just start moving a little bit, because we don't want to get rigid. We want to be able to have this experience of movement of energy, movement of thought, movement of words. So just you going back and forth in your chair might not seem like much, or maybe it just seems kind of silly, but just trust that this movement, and a conscious movement at that, will put you in a position to put your pen on the page and just let it flow. So you're just going forward and back. Even just a little bit of movement and repeating it and going a little faster, you create a little bit of heat and fire, and knowing that fire is the divine element of transformation. And writing things down and yoga practice and breath work and paying attention is really a form of transformation. Good. And then go around in a circle. So start in a clockwise direction, just circling around, noticing your seat, your two buttock bones touching the seat as you travel around. Inhale as you go forward and exhale as you rock back. Kind of stir in the pot here. And let's go in the other direction, counterclockwise. So inhale as you go forward with the lungs. Exhale as you rock back and pull the belly in gently. All right, and then pause in the center of it all. Good, and bring your hands together. And just rub them. Lift your hands up over your head. Noticing the sound of the palms together like that. Come up. I always think when I hear that sound like, whoa, something's gonna happen here. Like something magical or mystical is gonna happen, or yay. Just creating some heat and energy. Good. And then pause in the center. And then we're gonna clap our hands together. So listening to the sound of that clap. Applause, applause. Good, and then right hand off to the right and left hand tapping on your sternum. And tap on it so you hear like the sound of a little drum or a ping. And then side to side with your arms. And out the breath, out through your nostrils. It's called Kapalabhati. So you go. Yeah, so tapping on your own little drum in there. Your own rhythm, the rhythm of your essence, of your amazing you. You're gonna tap on that and start to open up some space, clear the dust. And your writing practice will continue to help you clear, and dust might come out, and that's okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms up. Big stretch of your arms. Take a little bend to the right. And then a bend to the left. And then hands behind your head and gently relax your head back. Lift your elbows up a little higher. Bring your lungs forward. And then inhale, arms up, and exhale. Let the arms just slowly come down like little rain drops. Just land your hands on your lap, make like a little cup on your lap so you, again, are available. You might feel a sense of abundance, energy rising up in you. You might feel a sense of fluidity of thought, of your imagination right now. And just stay right there. I mean, just close your eyes if you'd like, just any position that feels right for you to listen for today's poem. So the poem today is definitely one of my very favorite poets, who now lives actually near us near Bainbridge Island on Whidbey Island, but I think originally he's from England, Wales. Anyway, he comes to Islandwood, I think once a year, and just a beautiful man and poet, and really pays attention, and you'll notice through his poetry. So this poem is called Blessing for Different Sounds, and it's by David Whyte, and the book of poetry that it comes from is called The Bell and the Blackbird. All right, so just relax and listen. Blessing for different sounds. Above all, I thank you for your many orchestrations, for the skitter of a mouse moving through the silent house, or the might of waters falling on distant shores. I give thanks that I can hear every form of your voice, so that I have learned through the years not only the intimacy of approaching footfall, not only the child's cry wanting other arms, but I have learned to love even your warnings, whispered or called out loud. I have learned to live between them, for them and through them, through all your different forms. And you have always arrived to find me at the center, waiting for your calm voice of distant stars, so that my ears have learned to live in anticipation and to understand themselves as the focus of arriving waves from far beyond me, so that even in that spacious music we call silence, I am still waiting here to decipher your ancient language. I am still here waiting to hear for the first time the new song you have given me, out of the origin of time itself, to find the future granted and given back, to listen in the silence with the private ear created by every separate voice. So here are the lines that I thought you can write from. And if anything, when you were listening to that poem, had you go somewhere, that's also an idea of where to write from. So it doesn't have to be the line that I thought of. It could be whatever you were touched by in the listening. So the lines are, above all, I thank you. Or you could just do a list poem where you start every line with, I thank you, I thank you, I give thanks, I give thanks. The other line that comes up a few times is, I have learned to love, I have learned to live. And the last one that I thought of is, I am still waiting here. I am still waiting here. So again, it's I thank you, just a whole writing with keep going back to I thank you, I have learned, and I am still waiting here. I'm going to read it to you one more time, so if you care to listen one more time. So relax, sit back, at ease everybody, and enjoy being read to. Blessing for Different Sounds, a poem by David Whyte. Above all, I thank you for your many orchestrations, for the skitter of a mouse moving through the silent house, or the might of waters falling on distant shores. I give thanks that I can hear every form of your voice, so that I have learned through the years not only the intimacy of approaching footfall, not only the child's cry, wanting other arms, but I have learned to love even your warnings, whispered or called out loud. I have learned to live between them, for them, and through them, through all your different forms, and you have always arrived to me, to find me at the center, waiting for your calm voice of distant stars, so that my ears have learned to live in anticipation and to understand themselves as the focus of arriving waves from far beyond me. So that even in that spacious music we call silence, I am still waiting here to decipher your ancient language. I am still here waiting to hear for the first time the new song you have given me, out of the origin of time itself, to find the future granted and given back, to listen in the silence with the private ear created by every separate voice. Okay. So we're just going to relax into it, pen never leaving the page, 15 minutes, and you've got this. And you know, the lines like, I thank you, or I have learned, I am still here waiting. I mean, that can really take you in a lot of different directions. But the other, when I read this poem again, and the title, Blessing for Different Sounds, it could just be a poem of any sounds that you hear. Like you could just do a whole writing on I hear or I listen. And